Come on, relax and just enjoy the show. We got you here on Straight Talk. Don't be lying, yes, you already know. We got you here on Straight Talk, yeah. We got you grooving. Let us know how you doing. We keep it live right here on Straight Talk. Riccardo Montgomery.
Welcome to the Straight Talk with your boy, Riccardo Montgomery, aka the voice of gospel radio. Hanging out with you on this day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Beat you hear in the background, that's from my son, Christopher Lee. So if you're looking for any music, any kind of gospel music, you want somebody to make you a beat, there goes somebody hit me up right now. Hit him up. Christopher Leach, he's all over the internet and all that stuff. So y'all go get him. Or just hit me up and let me know, man. I'll hook y'all up with him. I tell y'all what, man. We got a great show lined up for y'all today. It's going to be, man, we got a topic for y'all, man. We're going to dive into that in a little bit. I'll tell y'all that in a second. We also have an independent gospel artist who's going to come on the show and bless us with her music. If you're on the podcast, you get to hear the music, but you get to see the video. The interview right here on Straight Talk, right here on Facebook. So, hey, and if you haven't liked and subscribe the page at Riccardo Straight Talk, or you can always go to Instagram and go to my page, Riccardo Montgomery, or just find us on Twitter. We'll be right there waiting on you. So follow us and have a good time with us. Look, y'all, man, my special guest here coming back. We're talking about disappointment today. Disappointment is what we're going to be talking about today. And you know, some people may, like, oh, Riccardo, disappointment, man. It's something that everybody deal with. And sometimes we all have a hard time dealing with it. But there's other ways of dealing with disappointment, not just individual, too. There's other things that happens in the world today and can give us disappointment also in those areas, too. So we're going to dive into that. But speaking of diving into it, man, I tell y'all, man, last time we had this fella on the show, man, we had such a great time. Everybody was talking about the show, man. We had a good time laughing. I got so many good reviews of the show last time. So I had to bring him back because you guys asked for him. Everybody asked for him, so I had to bring him back. So here he is hanging out with us today, Minister Jimmie Releford. How you doing today, sir?
Doing all right, man. What's going on? How's it going, y'all?
Look, man, welcome back to Straight Talk, man. Like I said, man, everybody, we had such a good time with you, man. Everybody was like, man, you got to get him back on the show, man. Y'all made me enjoy listening to that show, man. I really enjoyed watching that show that week.
Man, look, I was ready, man. When the clarion call came, I said, look, hey, let's rock it. Let's go.
Well, look, man, we happy to have you back on the show. And I tell you what, man, we got an interesting topic today, man, because we're talking about disappointments. We all deal with it. Everybody got to deal with it. No matter what it is in life hits us with all kinds of stuff. As a lady told me a long time ago, life is like a bottle of fruit. Ain't no every day ain't gonna be peaches and cherries. You're gonna have some banana days in there. So I mean, when we talk about this, you as a minister, or you as a person, like, how do you deal with disappointments? How do you, you have issues that pop up, and you have to, like, man, I thought it was gonna work out this way, but it didn't, and threw you for a setback. How do you deal with those days?
Well, the thing is, you get to a point where you have to understand that when things arise and come up in your life, you have to make a choice of whether you are going to dwell in it and stay in it, or are you going to get up and actually fix what you're in? And that comes with something most of the times that we deal with is fixing yourself. A lot of times we just don't want to fix ourselves. So how I deal with it is you have to be willing to do a self-examination on you. And then after that self-examination on you, look at the situation for what it is and how can you move about that thing to correct what you need to correct, or just accomplish what you need to accomplish so you won't be stuck in that disappointment. Because let's be honest, look, disappointment is very easy to get stuck in it. It's because see, look, disappointment can lead into depression if you don't watch yourself. So you just have to be careful and make up in your mind that, look, I want to get out of this phase of feeling disappointed in myself.
I tell you what, you showed up right on that, man. And it's looked like we get some good things going on. What you just said, because somebody just pinged me right here on the Facebook. That's cool. Um, you know, in those situations, yeah, you like people here, people we deal with a lot of things in a lot of ways, especially as Christians. I know myself, um, when I am dealing with setbacks and disappointments, like I gotta say the same thing. Like, what can I, how can I move forward from this? Let me seek God in this situation. I
Right.
dwell in it for a little bit. I try to give myself at least 24 hours to like really like not make sure that I'm making my own choices and try to do things in my own way, but you know I take that, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning mindset. Like, I'm gonna deal with this situation right now and let it hold me, hold me down. But then I'm also get up in the morning and say, okay, it's time to move on to the next phase. It's time to rebuild this thing and restructure this thing and figure out how to work this thing in my favor. And
Mhm.
that's through prayer and all the things that goes on. Uh, but when we're giving advice to people, though, how do you? I will say this because I know me, but how do
Mhm.
you give advice to people who you see like that's dwelling in their disappointments, or didn't get that job and looking at you like, man, I ain't get this job, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man, this tight
Mhm.
ride, but, how do you deal with people when like everything that you tell them that is good for them,
Mhm.
but how do you get them to understand like, hey, it's going to be okay?
Well, one thing I know, one of the first things I do is, look, you are not alone in this thing. Okay. You are not the first and the last person to go through what you have gone through. Because if you look in the Bible's filled with so many instances where people have gone through some of the same things that we also have went through. But also, if you look at Christ, Christ went through everything. He's felt everything that we feel. So one of the first things I do is let that individual know that, look, you have not gone through this by yourself. Multiple people have gone through the things that you've gone through. Now, with going through that, let's do this. Now, with you going through that, what did you learn from it? What did you learn from it? Did you learn the hard truth of thinking that you maybe put the saddle before the horse, or the horse before the saddle, I should say, and you thought that you could you thought that you were good enough for the job? Since we're using job instance, you thought that you were good enough for the job, you know but the truth of the matter is, yes, we all like to go by faith and put that resume in and see what somebody would do. But let's be honest, maybe you were underqualified for the job. So maybe from the jump, you probably should have had the mindset of, hey, look, I probably wasn't going to get it anyway, but if I don't get it, let me have a backup plan, something like that. But the thing is, with offering people words of encouragement after the fact, let them realize, one, they're not the only one to go through this, because someone else has gone through this as well. And two, after you acknowledge that and can realize that, look, okay, I can conquer and get over this thing. Now, what's the plan to get over it? A lot of times we don't need an initial plan. After the plan, give yourself some time. I'm not saying right after something happens, bam, you got to go right in it. But give yourself some time to think about, cope, and meditate on what has happened. And then move into that next phase. Move into that next phase. Because I think we can spend a lot of time moving too fast to the next phase. And then we miss on how we need to navigate.
Yeah, I agree with you on that because sometimes we can't do that. And I want everybody who's watching on Facebook to leave in the comment section, what do you do to help someone who's dealing with disappointments or who's struggling with something? How do you help that person get over those things? You don't have to go into detail, but just a little something, something. Maybe a word of encouragement, or maybe just talking to them about a certain situation, because you're right. You're not the only ones going through it. Everybody goes through a lot of different things, and you never know what's going on in someone's life. As a song that's out there, a songwriter, Zacardi Core says, you don't know. You just don't know.
Come
But
on.
we'll be right back with more. We're gonna dive a little bit more into this because there's other things that we deal with in disappointment. Now, not just individual, but it also grows over time, and it can really open up a group of people to be able to deal with something together that you may not even know that it may affect you from a different area. So we'll be right back with more Straight Talk, and we're going to dive a little bit more into this topic right after these words from our sponsors. Jimmie, we finna do it up, man. Get ready.
Yes, sir.
Looking for espresso beverages? Find loose leaf teas, specially made coffee. Now, I'm not talking about one of those big name corporate places. I'm talking about Lee's Coffee and Tea, located in downtown Laurel on 409 West Oak Street, Suite 102. Lee's Coffee and Tea has made from scratch soups, delicious grilled paninis, and try their chicken salad sandwich on croissant, or their famous BLT and pimento cheese. And that's not all from their delicious menu. Lee's Coffee and Tea is open Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., Friday and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sundays from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. They have takeout and catering is available. So come in on those theme nights, which is each Friday, including live music on every third Friday. Mention you heard it right here on Straight Talk and get 10% off your order. Lee's Coffee and Tea, the independent shop that has something for everyone. Hey parents, here's something to help your child get ready for the school year. It's called Cranium Crunch, and it's the absolute best. Cranium Crunch is a learning session packed with brain teasers, riddles, logic puzzles, and brain challenges, put on by Out of the Box Adventures in Education in collaboration with Pine Belt Robotics Academy. Cranium Crunch classes will provide critical thinking, problem solving, authentic decision making, and so much more. Cranium Crunch will be on Saturdays, September the 11th, 25th, October 9th, and October 23rd. So parents, you can register now with Pine Belt Robotics Academy. Cranium Crunch is a way of giving your child brain a workout. Are you tired of going to the same place for lunch? Looking for good food that can be at any location on any day? Well, join the food truck revolution and try Crooked Letter Kitchen. Crooked Letter Kitchen is your mix of street eats favorites like smash burgers, ribeye sandwiches, coffee-infused meats, crawfish etouffee, and don't forget the famous bourbon-infused bread pudding. Follow Crooked Letter Kitchen on Facebook to find that fantastic food truck that's busting taste buds. See my friend John Beard and let him know you heard it right here on Straight Talk, and enjoy the food with the Crooked Letter stamp.
That popcorn looks good. Where'd you get that popcorn from?
GoPo.
What?
GoPo.
Who?
GoPo.
Where?
GoPo, the best gourmet popcorn made from scratch, located in the Brick District in Fulton, Missouri. GoPro has fresh, quality ingredients and makes for the very best popcorn. So if you're looking for a place to hang out or a place to play some board games, hey, get your coffee or even get a great place for a snack for the office or even movie night, stop by where they are redefining gourmet popcorn at GoPro Gourmet Popcorn. You can order online at goprogourmetpopcorn.com. Ooh-wee! Have you had Petunia's barbecue? No? Well, let me tell you, Petunia has craft barbecue, which means it's the best around, and weekly specials like the barbecue mac, the brisket Philly, pork and veggie bowls, for you health nuts, and loaded BBQ fries. And nobody's slow-cooked meats like Petunia's is family-owned and operated, so stop by and see Sarah, Morgan, and Derek, and tell them I sent you. They're open Wednesday through Saturday for lunch and dinner, and you can enjoy outdoor seating or order online at petuniasms.com. Oh yeah, catering is available too. Anytime you want barbecue, make the drive to 7 Lamar Property Drive in Purvis, Mississippi, or call 601-325-1198 and get yourself the best barbecue around at Petunia's Barbecue.
What's up, everybody? It's your family member, Charles Jenkins. This means war. And listen, you're tuned in. Stay locked in to Straight Talk with my brother from another mother, Riccardo Montgomery.
Are you a local entrepreneur looking to start your own business? Are you having a hard time getting folks to notice your items on your social media site? Maybe you're looking for a place you can find things you can't find in any store or online. Well, come on by Como Flea Swap, open twice monthly in Columbia on Wagon Trail Road. Como's Flea Swap is the place where vendors and customers can interact. So come on by and go on the hunt for that must-have treasure at Mid-Missouri's only outdoor flea market, open every first and third weekend each month. For vendor information, call or text 573-309-3777. Como Flea Swap to find that must-have treasure. Welcome back to the show. Minister Jimmie Releford is here hanging out with us today, y'all. I want y'all to show him nothing but love today. He's coming in off the bench, just checking in, hanging out with us because you all asked him to come on. And Jimmy, man, I want to tell you this, man, because the show that you was on, like the last week's show, I'm gonna tell you, man, last week's show, God is doing something special with this show because last week's show we hit over 15,000 viewers. 15,000 people watched this show last week, man, and
that's all right, man.
Man, I tell you, man, God is doing some amazing things, man. And I hope that the trend continues on, man, because people need a good word out there, and I think we got something good. I think we got something good for them right here.
I think we do, man. I agree with you.
And local shouts out. I'm gonna give a shout out to a young lady who made this beard oil. You see, I haven't trimmed it, man, because I'm using this product right here from Simple Nurture. Simple Nurture gave me this product, this beard oil that's made from like homegrown ingredients, not homegrown, but like organic ingredients. You know, no kind of chemicals and stuff like that. So y'all check them out, man. They probably be a sponsor of the show soon. But yeah, man, I'm trying to let it, so the wife can, touch it and it's not rough,
Don't do nothing for me, man. I don't know. I've been trying for months now, man. I don't know what to do.
Hey, you might need to get some of this beard oil, and
I just might.
Just go onto the website simplenurture.com and it'll hook you up. She'll hook you up and send you a bottle of that. Tell her you heard it right here on the Street Talk.
I got you. I'm gonna do it.
Yes, sir. But we was talking about disappointments, and as Jimmy was talking about, he's a little disappointed that his beard hasn't come in, but that's but when we let's take a big step back. Though. Let's take a big step back. Not looking at individual, but let's take a huge step back and let's look at let's see some of the things going on in the world today. We're looking at racism issues, certain things. When you look at the news, you see certain things that kind of tweak towards one race and go away from another race. Let's use missing people for example. If there's a missing person who's a Caucasian person, it seems to skew towards more news that way instead of an African American or Hispanic person who is missing, and the news seems to be less on news people. So when you see those things, as a community, you get disappointed because you're like, well, where's our tea? Where's our part in this? And so, how can we, as a group of people, and I know we can't settle this, but we can't have this discussion. How can we, as let's say African Americans, deal with some of this pain that we do see, maybe on the news that doesn't seem to skew like the same favor for everybody? We look at it in the Christian world one way, but people may look at it a different way. How can we help those people, a group of people that, may be doing just fine, don't have any personal disappointments, but see so many different things on the TV screen and see things in life and say, you know what, me as a black person, I don't stand a chance.
And you know what? It's crazy. And I'm going to answer the question, but it's crazy just what you said right there. It's like, when me as a black person or a minority, we look on the screen and we say we don't stand a chance. And it's a sad thing that we get to that point to where we will actually say that. And then we have to ask the question, have we really had a chance? If we look at the history, what we are taught, and what we are conditioned to look at through our school systems, conditioned to look at even in certain history books that we didn't write ourselves. When we look at that, it's a sad connotation that we would say that about ourselves. But also, if we think about it, we've been conditioned to think and to look at certain things in such a light to where maybe a minority doesn't matter, or minorities don't matter, or their lives are a little bit less than anyone else's. But how can we correct it? How can we fix it? Well, a lot of times it's good to self-educate yourself. Now, what I mean
True,
by that is
true.
sometimes you have to self-educate yourself with the right books. I'm not talking about with the wrong books, with not no book written by Joe Schmo out there. We don't know nothing about him, but you check him out, you look at his beliefs, it goes against everything you would ever stand for. No, I'm talking about, let's look at the history books, see how certain things line up, see how certain things stack up. I mean, what? I was in my mid 20s when I was like, hey, Christopher Columbus didn't discover America. Now, it's sad for me to know that in my mid 20s. I'm 31 right now. That's something, if I would have self-taught, or if I would have learned that within my own household, it's one of those things like, hey, maybe it would have changed and switched the narrative on how things would go. Thank you, baby. Girl gave my glasses this morning. These are the ones I lost. But yes. So the thing is, how can we do it? If we could just change the fact of the matter, we could just change it and switch it up. How to where? Hold on one second, John. Hey, Stink, I'm on, baby. I'm on. I know. Hey, let me go ask Mama to get you one. She got you, baby. I'm sorry, you all got my little 4-year-old daughter here. Y'all got to excuse
Look
me.
here,
Um,
man. If I went down in the studio, mine to be right here next to me, so I understand.
Man, I'm telling you. But yeah, but the thing is, how do we change it? Let's do more teaching within our households. Because that can change a lot. But then also, not only that is, it comes to a point to where we have to realize too, we can't control media. Now there's a way to curve it, but we can't fully control it. And with that being said, is we have to give ourselves a chance. Look, not to be. No, I'm not even gonna say it like this. I'll put it this way: you have people that control what goes on media. Me and you can both know, if we watch the media, watch the news in the morning and watch the news in the evening, we know what crime they're gonna talk about, the time they're gonna talk about it, and which stories they're gonna hit, because it's the same ones they hit in the morning, the same thing they're gonna hit in the evening around 7 o'clock. But in between there, do they ever catch the good? Yes, they catch some good, but it's not a lot. If you be honest about yourself, it's not a lot.
Well, I know, I don't want to make this about the news, because I
Yeah.
know, they have their job to do, and whatever people want to see, people want to see it. But we do have an issue that we need to uphold, and that is, for us communities, how do we help drive our narrative, because there are good things going on in the African American community. There's good things going on in the Hispanic community. There's good things going on in all communities. Uh, but
Yes.
we also need to get back to trying to diverse our services. If we go there, you know. Let's because when people look at, the first thing they think of when they see something bad is what the church at, where the church is at, and the church can't be everywhere, but the members are everywhere. Christians
That's
are
right.
everywhere. And what we have to do is, like now, like I see in my area in Missouri, I see people, the Caucasian churches are trying to be more diverse, trying to bring in more African American leaders, trying to bring in more Hispanic leaders, trying to get them to try to dive into this issue that could cause the media to skirt one way or the other, Like the situation in Haiti. The situation in Haiti. You have the missionaries being held hostage, and the church there is asking for everybody's prayer. But we also have other people that get kidnapped down there in those areas, and they're not being talked about. But we have to keep the narrative of focus on both sides of the thing. And I do feel that in this discussion, that if we can get the Christian community to discuss both sides of the thing and have more African American leaders in Caucasian church, but then also have Caucasians in leadership in African American churches, that we can start to drive this narrative. Because I believe, and you may at home who's watching may not believe this, but I believe that if we can change it to Christian, where everything else will fall in line. Because if the Christians are the first person who want to know what they're doing, then they need to be the one solving this issue. Because if we can get it together and have some of the major Christian on the Caucasian side jump in and say, hey, we're a part of what you're doing, I believe we can start making changes in those areas and change this narrative so that we're not disappointed in these areas. They need that disappointment to just self things that we was discussing earlier in the show. So we're gonna take a quick break. I got Chrysann coming up for y'all, and let y'all just memory in on that. Just think about what I just said there with those things, and me and Jimmie will come back and we'll wrap this discussion up. So leave your comments up there on Facebook. Tell us how you feel about it, and we'll be right back with more Straight Talk right after these words from our sponsor.
COVID-19 has changed how we express our faith and gather to worship.
We all want to get back to how we pray,
how we congregate, how we lift our voices in praise. Now it's time to take the first step that lets us get back to spreading the word without spreading concern.
Before we can safely come together, we need the facts.
As COVID-19 vaccines become available, you may have questions.
Should I get it?
Is it safe? Should I wait?
It's okay to have questions. Now get the facts. Learn more at getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you.
You're listening to Straight Talk with your boy, Riccardo Montgomery. Don't worry. You ain't missed nothing. You just in a commercial break. We'll be right back with more Straight Talk in a minute. Ooh-wee! Have you had Petunia's barbecue? No? Well, let me tell you. Petunia has craft barbecue, which means it's the best around, and weekly specials like the barbecue mac, the brisket Philly, pork and veggie bowls, for you health nuts, and loaded BBQ fries. And nobody's slow-cooked meats like Petunia's. It's family-owned and operated, so stop by and see Sarah, Morgan, and Derek, and tell them I sent you. They're open Wednesday through Saturday for lunch and dinner, and you can enjoy outdoor seating or order online at petuniasms.com. Oh yeah, catering is available too. Anytime you want barbecue, make the drive to 7 Lamar Property Drive in Purvis, Mississippi, or call 601-325-1198 and get yourself the best barbecue around at Petunia's Barbecue. Are you tired of going to the same place for lunch? Looking for good food that can be at any location on any day? Well, join the food truck revolution and try Crooked Letter Kitchen. Crooked Letter Kitchen is your mix of street eats favorites like smash burgers, ribeye sandwiches, coffee-infused meats, crawfish etouffee, and don't forget the famous bourbon-infused bread pudding. Follow Crooked Letter Kitchen on Facebook to find that fantastic food truck that's busting taste buds. See my friend John Beard and let him know you heard it right here on Straight Talk, and enjoy the food with the Crooked Letter stamp.
That popcorn looks good. Where'd you get that popcorn from?
GoPo.
What?
GoPo.
Who?
GoPo.
Where?
GoPo, the best gourmet popcorn made from scratch, located in the Brick District in Fulton, Missouri. GoPro has fresh, quality ingredients and makes for the very best popcorn. So if you're looking for a place to hang out or a place to play some board games, Hey, get your coffee or even get a great place for a snack for the office or even movie night. Stop by where they are redefining gourmet popcorn at GoPro Gourmet Popcorn. You can order online at goprogourmetpopcorn.com. Looking for espresso beverages? Find loose leaf teas, specially made coffee. Now, I'm not talking about one of those big name corporate places. I'm talking about Lee's Coffee and Tea, located in downtown Laurel on 409 West Oak Street, Suite 102. Lee's Coffee and Tea has made from scratch soups, delicious grilled paninis, and try their chicken salad sandwich on croissant, or their famous BLT on pimento cheese. And that's not all from their delicious menu. Lee's Coffee and Tea is open Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., Friday and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sundays from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. They have takeout and catering is available. So come in on those theme nights, which is each Friday, including live music on every third Friday. Mention you heard it right here on Straight Talk and get 10% off your order. Lee's Coffee and Tea, the independent shop that has something for everyone.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jason Nelson, and you're listening to Straight Talk.
Are you a local entrepreneur looking to start your own business? Are you having a hard time getting folks to notice your items on your social media site? Maybe you're looking for a place you can find things you can't find in any store or online. Well, come on by Como Flea Swap, open twice monthly in Columbia on Wagon Trail Road. Como's Flea Swap is the place where vendors and customers can interact. So come on by and go on the hunt for that must-have treasure at Mid-Missouri's only outdoor flea market, open every first and third weekend each month. For vendor information, call or text 573-309-3777. Come on, Flea Swap to find that must-have treasure.
Hey everybody, I'm Chrysann Moore and I'm up next on Straight Talk with Riccardo Montgomery.
Hey parents, here's something to help your child get ready for the school year. It's called Cranium Crunch, and it's the absolute best. Cranium Crunch is a learning session packed with brain teasers, riddles, logic puzzles, and brain challenges, put on by Out of the Box Adventures in Education in collaboration with Pine Belt Robotics Academy. Cranium Crunch classes will provide critical thinking, problem solving, authentic decision making, and so much more. Cranium Crunch will be on Saturdays, September the 11th, 25th, October 9th, and October 23rd. So parents, you can register now with Pine Belt Robotics Academy. Cranium Crunch is a way of giving your child brain a workout. Welcome back to the show, y'all. Welcome back to the show. Straight Talk with your boy, Riccardo Montgomery, aka the voice of gospel radio. Check this out, y'all. I want y'all to just hang out with me, man. Look, I need y'all. If you ain't got the podcast, please go get the podcast. It's available out there for you right now. Anywhere you want to go get that podcast. Great shows, elevation of the church. There's one, and we're talking about walking by faith. And this one right here, a double-minded person, man. Go get that. That just hit over 15,000 views on Facebook. So this Facebook thing, man, that we're doing, man, is great. And I want to thank everybody who's so far been guest hosts come on the show with us. We've had my man, Minister Christopher Winston Smart. We had my friend, Minister Jimmie Releford, and also two pastors, Pastor Joshua Milam and Pastor Jay Windsor. So I want y'all to continue to support the show, and we're going to have more and more guest pastors here on the show. We got one on right now, that you just saw. So we'll talk more with him in a little bit. But, also, since we have some other great things going on, if you're in the Missouri area, I want y'all to check this out, man, because this right here is going to be really something. The Source Summit. I want y'all to go check this out, November 13th of this year. Y'all go get registered up, put on by a good person of mine, Bishop Dr. Lester Woods Jr. Y'all go check him out over here, man. It's virtual. Go register at thesourcesummitglobal.com. Go register over there and be blessed in that summit, man. It's going to be something that bless your socks off. But hanging out with us today, y'all, I want y'all to know, man, this young lady, man, she put an album out earlier this year, and it's so good, she got new music coming out later on this year. So that's how this thing is going. I want y'all to welcome Chrysann to the show. Chrysann Moore, she's a great person, y'all. I want y'all to welcome her to the show, man. Y'all got to get to know this young lady here, man, because if you ain't heard some of her music, you finna stop your tracks right now. She got a new song out right now that is called what we all like to say, Thank You, Jesus. Who don't like to say thank you, Jesus? And she's hanging out with us today. Welcome to Straight Talk with us, Chrysann. How you doing today?
You know what? I'm doing really good. I can say I'm blessed and I'm thankful. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm blessed and highly favored, sitting there ready to say thank you, Jesus, because I know you got something good for us over here. So first thing first, tell us a little bit about you and how did you get started singing this good news called gospel music?
Sure. Again, I'm Chrysann Moore. I'm actually from a city called Lockport, Illinois, which is about 45 minutes outside of Chicago. Born and raised in church, started singing and playing the organ at an early age. Reared in a family full of gospel music, from quartet to choir music. And it is just something that I fell in love with even from my youth. And that's how I got started in it, from doing it in church, learning how to praise the Lord, sing, play again the organ, do music ministry. I learned it from the church. And that's how I got into writing songs and trying to put out music on my own. So that's how it started for me.
You know, everything starts in the church. You know, just for that, I got to give the church a little hand clap there, because everything starts in the church, right? Everything starts in the church. Yeah, we just shouts out to the church, man. Everything starts there, because I mean, if you raise a child in the way they should go, they should not depart from it.
That's right.
And this is, you know, I'm a church baby too. You know, Grandma used to sit me right by her side every Sunday morning. My mama was there, but Grandma made sure I sat by her. So that was something that I just treasured and enjoyed. But now you have this new music out, and tell us. So you put an album out in January. Now you're releasing new music, but tell us about the album that you released in January and the title of it, and a little bit about that.
Sure. Actually, I did the recording back in 2015. It took a minute to get it out, but the album came out January 1st. It's called Cover Us. And you pretty much have everything on there from traditional to contemporary, quartet, praise and worship. It's all on there. It was produced by my brother Maurice Fears Jr. I'm sorry, Mike Fish Sr. There's a song on there called Cover Us that was produced by Rodney East here from Chicago. So it's a great album. I'm really excited about it. I'm very excited about the single off of there called Thank You Jesus that I wrote in memory of my grandmother, who I loved dearly. Well, when we would go visit her in Hopkins Park, Illinois, she would always make us sing before we left home. They started a group called the Johnsonnaires back in the day. And again, I just wanted to do something just to remember her and honor her for all the encouragement that she gave me as I was growing up and singing as a child.
I tell you one thing I can tell you, ain't nothing like grandma.
You're right.
Ain't nothing like grandma. Well,
You're right about it.
when
Right.
you think about the goodness,
Yeah.
grandma will change some things, man. And you as you talk about that, tell us about how did the Lord bless you. I know you said you want to dedicate this to your grandmother, but how did the Lord bless you to come up with these lyrics for this song? It seems so easy because it's just the title is "Thank You, Jesus," but how did the lyrics come about?
Well, I got stuck for a second.
Oh, you got frozen, but you're back now.
Yeah, okay. I don't know my internet, but I'm sorry about that. But most of the times when I write songs, sometimes it's from a place of what I'm dealing with or what I'm going through. Sometimes it's a message that I've heard my pastor preach, or just some inspiration from my friends or my family looking at some of the things that they may be dealing with or going through. So that's basically where it comes from for me. And sometimes the Lord just one song that I wrote that I did for our choir, Redeemed Voice of Victory. I woke up out of my sleep and I heard the melody and the words. So the Lord gave me that song in my sleep. So I mean, for everyone it's different, but that's how it pretty much works for me.
Well, hey, I understand that, because the Lord works on everybody in different ways, and I tell you what, we're looking forward to hearing the song on the podcast. Y'all tell y'all as soon as we get done with this interview, y'all check it out. If you listen on the podcast, you get to be blessed to hear this song
Right.
coming straight up on the podcast. And so, Chrysann, I mean, you say you in the Northern Illinois area, there's the Chicago way. Well, I hear some good gospel music and some good things come out of the Chicago area. Tell us about the just being in the midst of some great artists, especially independent artists that's in Chicago that people just don't know about.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago, like you said, is loaded with, I mean, so many people that are gifted, talented, anointed, um, that can sing, that can write, amazing, amazing people. Um, and I'm glad that Chicago sort of embraces me and allow me to be considered an artist out of Chicago. But you have amazing choirs, Dexter Walker, Zion Movement. You have Kenny Lewis in one voice. I just heard a group, the Holy Exciting Sons, a quartet group. I mean, it's just loaded in Chicago, and I love the rich heritage of gospel music out of Chicago. Glad to be considered a Chicago artist.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, well, Kenny Lewis in one voice was Kenny Lewis was on the show before, so if you want to go back again, check the podcast out. But
Okay.
I mean, just so many great artists. I mean, we've had so many come through in the Chicago area. The one I can think of that comes to the top of my mind is the Kinsmen, group
Yeah.
of young fellas who are friends of the show, and just it's so great to have independent artists, and I'm so thankful for artists like you who have your heart to God. And not saying that other people don't, but it's just something about independent artists and the work that you guys put in, you guys and girls put in for this word, man, to get the word out to let the people know. So tell us, as we wrap it up, is there a sophomore album coming out? Is there another album coming out in 2022? What's the future for Miss Chrysann?
Well, you know what? I believe I want to push a few more songs off of the album that I have now. It's some great music, and I plan to probably promote some more songs off of the album, and probably put out a single later on in the year, because there are a few other songs that I had that didn't make the album that I probably would want to do. It's a song called More Than a Conqueror. So that'll probably be the song that I'll put out later on in the year. So I'm just excited to keep making music and keep encouraging the body of Christ through my music. People go through, they deal with things, and I want to have music with substance, meaning that'll touch people and impact them. That's my goal more than anything else. So, and as long as the Lord give me opportunity, I'm gonna try my best to do just that.
All right. So tell everybody where they can find this music, or where they can get the music, they can purchase the music. We want them to purchase the music. We love the streaming services, which is great, but we want you to purchase the music. Where can they go purchase the music?
Yeah, you can purchase my music on any digital outlet. Of course, you got iTunes. You can go to Amazon. You can purchase it there. Or if you desire a physical copy of the CD, you can go to my website, www.chrysannmoore.com, and you can order a physical copy of the CD, and I'll make sure that it gets to you. So it's everywhere. Everywhere that you can purchase it is there.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Chrysann Moore, thank you so much for coming on Straight Talk. We really appreciate you taking time out your busy schedule, and we wish nothing but blessings on you going forward. And anytime you have anything going on, you want to come back, please just reach out and let us know. We'll be glad to have you.
Thank you so much for having me today. God bless you.
All right, y'all, that's Chrysann Moore. Y'all go get her new album right now. Go get a new album and the new single that's out right now. So y'all go check that out. And we'll be back with more Straight Talk right after these words from our sponsors.
Get close to the words of the prophets. God is in there. Moses told his people to put scripture in little boxes and tie it to their heads. Strap the Bible to your forehead. Shout proverbs from the rooftops. Post parables on your mirror and on your wall. Pack your margins with notes. Sing the Psalms as your prayers. Read Paul out loud like poetry. Know Isaiah by heart. Love Matthew like a brother. Squeeze the verses like oranges. Do like the Lord told Ezekiel. Eat this scroll and fill your stomach with it. So I ate it, and it tasted as sweet as honey. Don't just read the words of the prophets. Eat them.
Hey parents, here's something to help your child get ready for the school year. It's called Cranium Crunch, and it's the absolute best. Cranium Crunch is a learning session packed with brain teasers, riddles, logic puzzles, and brain challenges, put on by Out of the Box Adventures in Education in collaboration with Pine Belt Robotics Academy. Cranium Crunch classes will provide critical thinking, problem solving, authentic decision making, and so much more. Cranium Crunch will be on Saturdays, September the 11th, 25th, October 9th, and October 23rd. So parents, you can register now with Pine Belt Robotics Academy. Cranium Crunch, is a way of giving your child brain a workout. Are you tired of going to the same place for lunch? Looking for good food that can be at any location on any day? Well, join the food truck revolution and try Crooked Letter Kitchen. Crooked Letter Kitchen is your mix of street eats favorites like smash burgers, ribeye sandwiches, coffee-infused meats, crawfish etouffee, and don't forget the famous bourbon-infused bread pudding. Follow Crooked Letter Kitchen on Facebook to find that fantastic food truck that's busting taste buds. See my friend John Beard and let him know you heard it right here on Straight Talk, and enjoy the food with the Crooked Letter stamp. Looking for espresso beverages? Find loose leaf teas, specially made coffee. Now, I'm not talking about one of those big name corporate places. I'm talking about Lee's Coffee and Tea, located in downtown Laurel on 409 West Oak Street, Suite 102. Lee's Coffee and Tea has made from scratch soups, delicious grilled paninis, and try the chicken salad sandwich on croissant, or their famous BLT on pimento cheese. And that's not all from their delicious menu. Lee's Coffee and Tea is open Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., Friday and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sundays from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. They have takeout and catering is available. So come in on those theme nights, which is each Friday, including live music on every third Friday. Mention you heard it right here on Straight Talk and get 10% off your order. Lee's Coffee and Tea, the independent shop that has something for everyone. Ooh-wee! Have you had Petunia's barbecue? No? Well, let me tell you, Petunia has craft barbecue, which means it's the best around, and weekly specials like the barbecue mac, the brisket Philly, pork and veggie bowls, for you health nuts, and loaded BBQ fries. And nobody's slow-cooked meats like Petunia's. It's family-owned and operated, so stop by and see Sarah, Morgan, and Derek, and tell them I sent you. They're open Wednesday through Saturday for lunch and dinner, and you can enjoy outdoor seating or order online at petuniasms.com. Oh yeah, catering is available too. Anytime you want barbecue, make the drive to 7 Lamar Property Drive in Purvis, Mississippi, or call 601-325-1198 and get yourself the best barbecue around at Petunia's Barbecue.
tell us what's your
All right.
favorite out of the whole album.
Now, the song I grew up with was come on, I know it's in my head. It's in my
Come
head.
on, Holy Ghost.
The one you sang, the one you started out with saying that you didn't think church.
No, the one we sing in church all the time.
Miracle.
Miracle. That's it. Yeah. I'm looking for a miracle. I expect the impossible. That's it. That's the song. Now that one, I thought you had to start church no matter what, because that's how you started church. I ain't know nothing else. They was in there, everybody singing. I'm like, this guy. My wife listened to it last night. I'm in there just singing away, and she like, how'd you singing in sleep? And I'm like, you gonna put it on. I know that song. That grew up with that.
Welcome back to the show, y'all. Hanging out with my main man, Mr. Jimmie Releford. Hey, Jimmie, man, Chrysann was just talking to us about independent gospel artists, man. And I tell you one thing, man, those folks over there. I know you in Iowa, so you close to it, man. I don't know how much you get of the Chicago people coming over, those independent artists coming over and sharing the word or blessing y'all, in services and stuff. But I tell you, man, that area over there, man, sometimes they on fire, man. They be rocking over there with it, man.
Yeah, they do. They do. You ain't lying, man. They do.
Yeah, so I look forward to more independent gospel artists. And hey, if you like that song, y'all, the song that we just played on the podcast, go get it, man. Y'all heard what she said. Go find all the information to get that latest song, man, and y'all enjoy some of that good music from Miss Chrysann Moore. But back to the discussion that was happening. When I left y'all talking about, how can we change this narrative between black and white? And I think it can happen in the Christian community. And if it starts in the Christian community, that means like if we can just take our leaderships and get more involved in what we're trying to do in the Christian world, I think it'll change and make everything better in the secular world. But Jimmie, man, what do you think about that? You got a little time to marinate on that, let it soak in a little bit. What you think about how we let the people off?
You know what, man? It made me think about something when you made those comments. It made me think about if we in the black community, and when I say this is black church, if we could stop speaking from a place of hurt and speak from a place of change, and white preachers, our Caucasian preachers, can stop preaching from a place of forgiveness and speak from a moment of change, because the only way we can get past this is if we can come together for the common cause of change. What happened 400 years ago to my ancestors, we can't change that. What happened through the civil rights movement not too far from today, I can't change that. But what can happen is right now, we can change the now. Can't change the fact of what happened to Martin Luther King. Can't change the fact of what happened to Malcolm X. But we can change what happened now. What happens now. So we have to make it up in our minds from that. Stop talking from that place of hurt. Stop talking from that place of forgiveness and realize that through the words of Christ, that hurt can be fixed through that forgiveness, through the word of God. So that's how we have to attack it, because we can all coexist. We preach from the same Bible. We read from the same gospel. And we can use that very tool, being called the Bible, to bring us together, to bring about positive change. I can't hear you, man.
You know what? You're right. I'll tell you what now. I'm gonna give y'all a little secret now. If you're a Caucasian pastor watching this show, I'm gonna tell you a little secret if you want to get some African Americans in your church. Play some upbeat gospel music. Just play a little bit of upbeat gospel. You ain't got to go through the whole service, but just give them one song. If you give them one song, I tell you, man, they'll be in there rocking, they'll rock with you. Because everybody's looking for something. Everybody's looking for something. If you're trying, you will get some African Americans, some Caucasians. You'll get everybody. You'll get a good spectrum. You'll get a good diverse church because you have a good diverse spirit in there. and then the Lord can just bless you with more and more people who will come in there to do the things that you want to do, if that's what you're trying to do. Now, I know some things, every church has their own way. You know, African American church, some churches have leadership. You know, certain things got to go through certain people. Same thing, all churches probably have this, you know, and if you don't, if it's just everything from the top to the bottom and that's the pastor's heart, God bless him and he will see the change. But I'm just joking around with the music. But, you know, if you're trying to really seek after what God has called you to do, continue on your mission and don't give up. You know, talk to anybody and everybody who's willing to listen. Because if we can make a change in the church, then we'll make a change in society. Because there's a lot of Christians out there. There's a lot of Christians. Well, if they go to church every Sunday or they at Bedside Baptist, there's a lot of Christians out there. And some are looking for a way to be able to be effective, and some are just, you know, just going just to be going. And the ones that's out there that's looking to be effective, they're the one that can probably help you make those changes in your service and be great leaders. So continue to do what you're doing out there, y'all, man. Let's continue to hold these discussions, man. You know, disappointment, it will come. We've seen so many in the African American community over the years, and like Minister Jimmie said, you know, but we can make a change right now. And the changes and the disappointments that we've seen over the years, we can still make changes. There's more and more people trying to start their own business. You know, step out on faith on these things and continue to work, continue to strive, continue to go to service, to be a part of your community, and then watch how God change things. I love that song. You know, I pray for you, you pray for me. And watch how God change things. Mr. Minister, you got the last words, man. We're going to wrap the show up, man.
Man, look, I ain't got too much to say, man. Look, I want to just say thank you. Thank you, y'all, for having me back. I appreciate it, man. Love my boy Riccardo, man. Every time we get a chance to rap together, it's always a good thing. Always a good thing.
Oh, yeah, man. We always have a good time. There's people giving comments right now. I love it. Hey, I tell y'all what, man. Y'all continue to be, we're going to continue to love on you. You continue to love on us. And we'll see y'all next week right here on Straight Talk with my next guest pastor. I ain't going to throw his name out there, but you'll love him when you see him. We're going to have a couple of, I ain't gonna give it but we're going to have some, we're going to also have some great artists on for you, so get ready for that too, man. Independent gospel artists, this is your area, this is your lane. I got you. I'm gonna hold you down because y'all doing some great work. So I'll see y'all next week. Jimmie, man, thank you so much for coming off the bench, coming in, hanging out with us, man. I know you're probably missing your NBA and everything because you're sitting there doing ministry, so I appreciate that.
We all right, man. We good. I'm always make time for my boy, man. Got you.
All right, y'all. Be good out there. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.
Come on, relax and just enjoy the show.